There's a lot going on with Disney these days.
Bro, it's like every week there's a major story, but it seems like every day there's something.
Yes.
And that's what happens when every aspect of your business is failing. That's what happens when your stock hits a decade low. That's what happens when every other week you're getting served with another lawsuit from investors saying you lied about this, you lied about that. There's this massive report from CNBC about all the insanity that went on between Bob Iger and Bob Chapek, down to Bob Iger not wanting to give up his office because he liked that it had a private shower. So Bob Chapek moved into a smaller office on the same floor when he became CEO. Crazy shit like that.
Kind of goes back into the whole like Bob Iger was always kind of pulling strings, you know what I mean?
He never really left, right? He stayed on as
Right.
chairman and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, clearly, this is a guy who wanted to not take all that hit during COVID, knew the theme parks would close down, and wanted to be seen as the guy to ride in like fucking Gandalf and save the day.
Mm-hmm.
But it
Didn't
did
really
not
work
work.
out. Didn't work out in his favor, which I think is absolutely fantastic. What a shit show Disney has become right now. I don't know, man. Next year, this time next year, Disney could be a completely different company in every way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? I don't know if I hope that Apple buys them. I don't even know that. I don't even know if I want that to happen. I don't know what that looks like.
You don't know if you want to get bailed out like that?
Yeah, I don't know if I want that to happen. I think that they need to suffer, and I don't want to see them recover. I think at some point, if it keeps getting worse and worse, they will get bought out for sure. I think there's just a no-brainer. There's too much value there, but
I don't. Here's the thing: they're too big. They're too big of a fucking company. Bob Iger, for the last decade and a half, has just bought shit and bought shit and bought shit, accumulated all these different things. And because they're such a unique and massive company, whether it comes to all the theme parks, the international theme parks, all their linear TV channels, multiple streaming services, I think in all likelihood, what happens is we see a chunk of the company gets sold off.
mm,
I think we see like their linear TV and Hulu as a package deal that gets sold off. So then, like, whoever buys that has those rights to whatever those linear TVs. They'll work out some type of partnership in terms of, you know, what content they're going to put on their stuff like that. That's something that makes more sense to me for them to try to get this massive influx of cash. But I just don't see any company that wants to take over Disney wholesale and put themselves in that type of mess, because Apple is a tech company. That's what they are. Now, Amazon's got a shit ton of money. I could see Amazon just wondering to get into whatever, but I don't know. And then you're going to have to deal with, will any government entity allow a massive company like that to merge with Disney or take over Disney effectively?
that would probably be the best case scenario, just to have them completely dismantled.
But the other problem is, like, say you want to split up all these things. Disney is a company which feeds on itself. It's this cyclical cycle where, hey, we have IPs that people care about. We make rides or theme parks that are based off these said IPs that people love, that people go look at. People go to the theme parks. You know, so to remove, say if Disney wants to just, you want to break it up, I'll buy the theme park stuff, I'll buy the streaming service. You still have to have some way of connecting those things in order to maintain the theming of your theme parks.
Like, that was the thing with Bob Iger. Bob Iger had said negative things about how Disney didn't have, this is years ago, Disney fans, like, really got mad at him because he basically dismissed Expedition Everest because it wasn't based on a pre-existing property. And he basically dismissed any of attractions that were not based on pre-existing properties in the theme parks, because he was like, we need something that adds value to the company beyond just, you know, like people coming and riding a ride. We need to add, it needs to be something based on a property we can make merchandise off of, and we can release a show or a movie. And I mean, Expedition Everest is one of the most popular rides at Disney World. It's a great ride, but that's his mindset. It is a complete and total disaster right now. So we'll see how it all plays out.